Thank you for listening to the Gateway to the Rockies podcast from Visit Aurora from the rafters of the Stanley Marketplace. This is the show dedicated to telling the stories of Aurora, Colorado. Hi there, I'm Dave, Director of Marketing for Visit Aurora. Today, we're taking you inside one of Aurora's most exciting emerging communities, Painted Prairie. Not only is it the host site for this year's Aurora Borealis Festival at their High Prairie Park, but it's also home to unique events like Prairie Harvest Fest and much, much more. Joining me today is Kristen Brantley, Broker-Employer Relationship Manager at Painted Prairie. She's going to shed some light on what makes their communities, both at Painted Prairie and Windler, so special. Thank you for coming by today, Kristen.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here and talk about these communities and how wonderful they are.
In just a few days, we're going to send thousands of people to your community.
You're all going to see it. Yay!
What's the energy level like back at the office right now?
Excited and, very... I'm going to say excited.
I like it. Keep
it positive. It's exciting. We're excited.
It is an exciting energy, though. This is a fun time, and I'm glad we're doing it a little bit earlier in the year, and there's an infectious energy in the air because we're going to bring the community together and do something really cool this weekend.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I've actually never been, so I am going to experience it for the first time myself, and I think it's going to be such a cool event.
For those unfamiliar, what exactly is Painted Prairie? What is it all about, and how is the community growing right now?
Yeah, thank you. So Painted Prairie is a community, master planned community out in Northeast Aurora. It's less than 10 minutes from the airport, about 20 minutes to kind of this area. So it's centrally located, although it's not in the center of Denver.
Right.
It's in a great spot where you're able to get places fairly quickly. And it's in a growing area, right? It's in that Aerotropolis, Platinum Triangle area where we're expected to see 20,000 new jobs in the next 5 years. We have 11 different builders out there. And we have, at full build out, we'll have about 3,000 residents. And we're so excited because we're already moving into some more phases. We've already been building for 5 years, and we're still rolling out phases, still growing. And, the thing that's making this community so special, I would say, is the fact that not only is our community a diverse community, the homes themselves are diverse.
Nice.
Yes. So you're not buying just single family ranch, garage in the front. It's a very neo-traditional feel in the community. So what we mean by that is you're not going to see a street full of the same homes. The builders will be a little mixed in, but you're going to see your basics, single family home. You're going to see row homes. You're going to see townhomes. You're going to see paired homes. You're going to see a whole different array of homes from different builders.
But with character and uniqueness, so it should feel like a neighborhood and not just some boxes.
Exactly. And yes, that's great. And the other piece that I think is so unique about this community is the parks. So we have parks within walking distance to all of our residents. And that really gives the opportunity for people to really get out and feel like they're building a community within their community, right? They're out there, they're meeting their neighbors, they're spending time with them. We have a street in the neighborhood or in the community that's called the Greenway. And I don't know if you've ever driven down it, but it is such a cool street. You drive down it and depending on the direction, on your left-hand side, if you're heading east on that street, you're going to have a little green area. You're going to have a bocce ball section. You have a couple of spots where it's like a playground, like a mini playground. You'll have checkers tables. You'll have a place where you can just sit and have lunch. And so it's a whole little moment on the street all the way down. And it really, I think the idea there is, again, fostering community.
Yeah, talk about that a little bit. It's not just, here's houses, there you go. It really is about building a lifestyle.
And what does that lifestyle look like for everyone? It's going to be different, right? Because it's such a diverse community. And that's what's great about Painted Prairie is anyone can build a family and a community there within Painted Prairie. And there's there's so many events that we do as well. So like you mentioned, we have Aurora Borealis Fest, but we also have Prairie Harvest Fest coming up. Now, that's a huge event because we've been doing that for 5 years, and it's the community, it's local vendors. It is, it's a fun fall festival that's all things fall. And again, it's in the community where the neighbors can come together and have fun. The kids get to do a pumpkin patch, and it's just a lot of fun for everyone, really.
As a developer of a community, I imagine many developers forget that word community. Is that part of the strategic process of building a community, is bringing in these festivals like the Prairie Harvest Fest and of course the Aurora Borealis Festival? Is that strategic in building the community aspect of that?
Yeah, I think it's very important for the builders to make sure that when a resident moves in, they feel like they're moving into a community and not just a house, right? So Painted Prairie, the developers are very strategic in making sure that parks are ready to go. So when you move in, you at least have a park. And so that's a big piece of why I think that we can say what a great community this is it's been from day one, right? So they're putting that thought into it.
High Prairie Park is kind of the crown jewel, I would say.
It is. Yeah, there's a lot there. There's, I like to say all ages can play at that park. Right. So you've got a spot for littles. My daughter is 7, my son is 12, and both of them can have a blast there. Right. It doesn't matter.
How do you work with the established residents to ensure an event like the Aurora Borealis Festival is seen as a benefit and not a burden for them?
Right. Well, I think, bringing in, having more exposure of the community is going to foster that growth and continue fostering that growth. And so making sure that, the residents know we still have build out time and we still have builders coming in and homes going up. And so the faster we can sell those homes, the more community and the more residents we're going to see.
And I imagine in your messaging, it's not, hey, we're bringing in a bunch of outsiders here to, cause a traffic havoc in this community. It's, no, this is a benefit for you.
Yeah.
This is a benefit for your family to come experience this. And we're also showcasing why this is such a dynamic neighborhood.
Yeah. I mean, and it's going to also bring in, we also like to highlight any residents we can that have small businesses as well. So a lot of times we'll have the residents at these events. And then we'll also, for the festival, for Aurora Borealis Fest, we have local artists that are going to be putting up art there. So it's going to be a really great opportunity. The residents are excited. They love Prairie Harvest Fest. So to have another festival in the community is very exciting.
I'm thinking of the different developers that you have that are part of the community. Mm-hmm. How do you get them all to play nice? I mean, how does that work behind the scenes a little bit?
Great question.
Thoughtful design and planning really matter when it comes to shaping a community like this. How does that all work?
Yeah, I think we really try to, we involve our builders with everything that we do, right? Part of my job is also the builder relationship piece of it. So making sure that our builders have what they need, making sure that they know what's going on and they have the support from myself. So making sure that they understand what living in Painted Prairie means. So I'll do a personalized tour throughout the community on things that we want to highlight and things that we want to talk about to potential buyers. And that really gives them the knowledge and support to be able to sell the community. I don't think all communities do that.
Can you talk a little bit about some of the other community benefits that are coming to the area?
Yeah.
Restaurants, retail, etc.
Yeah. So currently in our town center, Toll Brothers is the builder that's going to be at town center. We do have lots for hotels, and we do have a hotel that we are going to be breaking ground on here soon. And we do plan on having restaurants and a place where you can go grab a beer or a glass of wine, or a cup of coffee somewhere, so making sure that we have all of that is also in the plan. And so I think that's really exciting because you don't have to leave the community, right? You can just hop over a couple streets, go grab dinner and see your friends, see your neighbors. And I think that's really important.
It's a delicate balance as well, because you don't want an influx of outsiders necessarily. You want the community to still feel not insulated, that's the wrong word, but feel like they have their home in their community, but also these assets that they find value in. Is that a difficult balancing act to a degree?
Not necessarily. I feel like the residents are pretty good about it. They love the community. They are some of our biggest advocates for the community are our current residents. And I think, the idea and thought of bringing in new people is attractive and can be attractive for them.
You build connections with local employers and brokers. Can you talk a bit about how these programs benefit both businesses and residents?
Yeah. So on the employer piece, my role in itself is the broker-employer relationship manager. So I am out there in that Aerotropolis area again, reaching out to all of those jobs that are continually growing. Like I mentioned earlier, 20,000 new jobs in the next 5 years out in that area. That's huge. Yeah. They're going to need,
these are good jobs.
These are good jobs. Yeah, exactly. And so, me getting in front of those employers and building some relationships so that the employees know they can live closer to where they work. We call it less driving, more thriving. Less time in traffic and more time at home and with the people that you love. And then on the broker side of it, again, just bringing awareness to how amazing this community is and the benefit for a buyer to moving into this community. What are they going to get if they choose Painted Prairie to live? And making sure that our brokers know and understand that is huge so that they can provide the best information to their buyers.
We've been marketing on far and wide the Aurora Borealis Festival happening this weekend as of this recording. And many people will be venturing to Painted Prairie for the first time. What do you think people are going to be surprised by the first time they venture to the Painted Prairie neighborhood?
I think the uniqueness of it, again, if we talk about the diversity of the homes that are there, they're going to drive down a street, they're going to park, they're going to see how different the homes in the community look. That it's not going to be just the same on every street. And I think, to me, that was one of the cool things I noticed at first, the very first time I drove through the community.
What is the date of Prairie Harvest Fest?
Prairie Harvest Fest is going to be October 25th at High Prairie Park again. And like I said, it's going to be a great event where we're going to have local vendors and we're going to have face painting. We're going to have pumpkins. We're going to have a bunch of different stuff for everyone of all ages again.
I don't want to put you on the spot, and I know you're not allowed to play favorites, but is there something that you have to get every year when Prairie Harvest Fest comes around? Is there a delectable or something that you need to have in the house for the fall season?
I would say that my fall staple is green chili.
Oh, yes. I can smell them roasting right now.
We just bought some in Pueblo yesterday and then put them up, and the smell was just unreal. Like it is its own unique smell. But yes, I would say mine is green chilies.
Tell me about Windler. It's another exciting development in Aurora. How does it complement the vision you've built with Painted Prairie?
So Windler is another unique community, another way that we have taken land. And this is a homestead that we actually are building Windler on. And it was a part of the Windler family. And they had a farm, and they had, they had been there since 1881.
Wow.
And so with Windler, what we've done is, again, we have some really great highlighted parks. So we have Discovery Park is kind of our main park there. And then we have Butterfly Park, where it's going to be a great place for kids to run around and climb on things. Plus, it'll have a bunch of pollinators that are going to attract, the butterflies and the bees and the pollinating bugs that are out there, right, that we need to see. And so, making sure that feels like a nice spot where you're going to go. You're going to see these beautiful flowers. And then we have 1881 Park, and that is kind of homage to the Windler family and their homestead. So that one's really unique because we've taken a lot of the stuff that was there, repurposed it to build out what's coming.
It's incredible that you still incorporate the legacy of the Windlers in the design of the community.
Yeah, it's really important because they were such a, it was such a unique place. It was so beautiful, and they had been there for so long, and it's just so neat to see. We have silos in 1881 Park that are original silos, and they're going to have these really cool murals on them. And then it's just making sure that, again, it feels like another community, but different. And so I think those are kind of our big parks there. We'll have about 5,000 residents out at Windler. It kind of straddles 470. So it's on the east side and the west side of the highway. And we have 4 builders currently out there, and we have a couple more coming. So again, we're seeing the growth, but we know that the growth needs to happen.
I love that you mentioned the pollinators because, one of the factoids about Aurora is it's only 53% developed. You have 160 plus square miles. It's only 53% developed. So there's an opportunity with that other 47%, not that it all needs to be developed, but there's an opportunity to do some real thoughtful development that incorporates things like being ecologically conscious, being mindful of water, being mindful of the type of trees that are planted and the grasses and whatnot. Can you give us some insight to some of those discussions as it relates to building a comfortable community, but one that is also responsible ecologically?
Yeah. And that's definitely considered in making sure that we are staying within those lines and making sure that we are staying in front of that to where, yes, we have these parks, and yes, they're going to need right water, and we built on them, but making sure that it's still taken care of so that when residents again move in, they feel like they're moving into an established community. Yeah. There's trees. The trees are not just twigs. They're somewhat matured trees to feel like that. The plants that they put in plants. It's beautiful when you drive down Denali. There's these like orange flowers that have already popped up, and then you still have the natural grass and the natural flowers that are already growing out there. And so, just really trying to make sure that we are staying true to that, but also, making sure that we're making it feel like a community.
Tell me about the Welcome Wagon. It's such a fun and innovative idea. What is it and how does it work?
My gosh. I'm so glad you brought it up. It's such a cool thing. So the Welcome Wagon, it's the Windler Welcome Wagon, and it is basically an RV that we took and had basically Windlered it out.
Nice.
Yeah. So we wrapped it and did the inside of it. And the idea behind it is for it to be a mobile advertisement, but still bring something to where we're going. So if we go, let's say I go to one of the employers out in that Northeast Aurora area, I can serve coffee, I can serve muffins or bagels, whatever. We have a little serving window that we can serve out of, right? But they can come inside of the wagon and talk to us about Windler, ask questions. There's interactive TVs where they can kind of explore the community. And it's all in our Windler colors. So it's very bright and green and yellow. And it feels like the Windler vibe. We also have a spot where we can set up, like a little fake grass and then tables and chairs. So if we do a networking event, there's a place for people to stand around and talk and have their coffee or whatever it is that we have. And the great thing about it is we get to take it different places.
It's a mobile activation that is super comfortable.
It is it's so fun, and it, draws attention, and people want to know more about it. And so we're really excited to really get going with that. And so we're actually going to have that the Windler Welcome Wagon out at a pickleball pop-up event that we're hosting with Mile High Pickleball, and that's on Saturday, October 18th. So we'll have pickleball and we'll have the wagon, and the park is ready to go. So it's going to be a great day for the family.
You're partnering with employers. You partner with Visit Aurora for the Aurora Borealis Festival. It seems like that's a central part of the approach for Painted Prairie. Why is that collaboration so central to your approach?
I think it fosters such a good relationship within the Aurora community, right? Not just Painted Prairie and not just Windler, but everything else outside of that within Aurora and the businesses, right? Aurora's growing. And again, like you said earlier, we have such a huge opportunity in Aurora to continue to grow. Yeah. So if we are building those relationships with businesses and with employers and just everyone else within it, it's only going to help all of us grow together.
Speaking of growing, looking ahead, what are you most excited about in the next chapter for both Painted Prairie and Windler?
I'm really excited for Windler. I'm excited to see 1881 Park evolve. Yeah. That's going to be such a neat park. It's going to have a little campground, a little pump track, a little Anna's place is basically Anna, the daughter, one of the daughters. It was like her chicken coop. And that's going to become a little like coffee beer spot.
How fun.
And I think that's going to be such a unique park in itself for Windler. And then I think for Painted Prairie to really see Town Center evolve as well. I'm looking forward to hotels getting there, the restaurants getting there, retail, all of that to start kind of falling into place. And I think that will be such a great thing because it's also across the street from the Gaylord of the Rockies, right? So you could have families that are staying there and at the hotels in our neighborhood and, have a place to go outside and hang out. It's all to foster that community feel.
For a long time, it's felt like the Gaylord was a bit on an island, and that's not the case. There's going to be a direct bridge from DEN to the Gaylord to this amazing emerging community.
Yeah, it's just, I love how much it's growing and the direction that we're growing in.
Well, we're very excited for the growth as well, obviously, as we continue to promote and endorse Aurora here. Thank you, Kristen, for sharing the story of Painted Prairie and Windler and for giving us a preview of all the excitement happening at High Prairie Park this fall.
Yes, thank you so much. This was a lot of fun, and I look forward to seeing everyone at Aurora Borealis Fest.
Yes, learn more at lifeatpaintedprairie.com and at livewindler.com, and don't miss your chance to experience the magic of the Aurora Borealis Festival at Painted Prairie's High Prairie Park this weekend, October 10th and 11th. Grab your tickets now at auroraborealisfestival.com and join us for 2 unforgettable nights of lights, music, food, and community. Thank you for listening to the Gateway to the Rockies podcast. Visit Aurora is the official destination marketing organization for the city of Aurora, Colorado, and acts as the primary liaison between meeting planners and hotel partners. As Aurora's Convention and Visitors Bureau, Visit Aurora's mission is grounded in showcasing Aurora as a premier destination for meetings, business, and leisure travel. Visit Aurora represents more than 75 plus hotel properties with 13,500 plus guest rooms and more than 1 million square feet of meeting space, including Colorado's largest resort, Gaylord Rockies Resort and Convention Center. As Colorado's 3rd largest city, Aurora is located minutes away from Denver International Airport and showcases mountain views, memorable meeting spaces, and 250 plus international eateries that offer a unique experience for each and every visitor. As the Gateway to the Rockies, Visit Aurora's role in the local community goes beyond marketing the city as a destination. The Visit Aurora team is here to assist you with your Colorado visit, from facilitating your meeting, event, or convention to helping you discover local flavor and attractions. Go beyond the boardroom in Aurora, Colorado. For more, visit us at visitaurora.com.